Hi students, how are you all? This is our part 2 of biology class session 4, that is chapter 7, respiration in plants, part 2. So in this part 2 we are going to see about the experiments on respiration in plants. So previously, in the previous class, we have studied about what is respiration, what are the characteristics in the chemical equation, that is chemical reaction that going to take place in the respiration process in plants, what are the two types of respiration, that is aerobic and anaerobic, and how it's going to take place, then the difference between the aerobic and anaerobic and difference between the respiration versus burning. So these things we have seen in the previous class. With the continuation of that, we are going to see about some experiments on respiration in plants. So the first experiment we are going to see is to prove that the oxygen is used up in respiration. So here I have given you the picture. I'll explain it. After going through all the experiments in the class, you just go through your book. Okay? So in the first experiment, an apparatus is arranged in such a way, that is flask A, which is going to contain the germinating seed, and flask B is going to contain a dead boiled seeds. Okay, and these dead boiled seeds are with some antiseptic to avoid the bacterial decay. So both this flask are going to contain a wet cotton wool. Okay, a small tube containing soda lime is suspended in each flask for absorbing any carbon dioxide released by the seed. So this was the total setup for this experiment. After few days, the delivery tube connected with flask A, okay, the delivery tube which is present in the flask A, will show a greater rise in the water level. When a burning paper is introduced into each flask, okay, when the burning paper is introduced into each flask, after removing their corks, the flame is immediately put off in the flask A, but it continues for a short while in the flask B. Why? Because the flask A, there is no oxygen is present, because the oxygen is utilized by the seed, that is germinating seed, so that the oxygen is not present in flask A. We very well know oxygen is the burning gas. So when a burning paper is taken near to the mouth of that conical flask after removing the cork, the burning paper immediately put off the fire because there is no presence of oxygen. But it takes a while in the flask B because the seeds are dead seeds, it's not going to germinate, so the oxygen is not utilized, so for a moment the paper is going to burn. So this shows that oxygen is used up during the germination, that is during the respiration process. Okay, so this is what the first experiment. So this proves that oxygen was absent in flask A, showing thereby it was utilized up by the germinating seed, and the volume of oxygen so used up was indicated by the rise of water level. So now you can understand why the water level is increased there. Because of the utilization of oxygen, the water level is increased in the delivery tube of flask A. So this is what the first experiment. And the next is to prove that carbon dioxide is produced during respiration in germinating seed. Okay, so here also you are going to take two flasks A and B, place some cotton wool in both flask A and B, which is a wet cotton wool. In a flask A, we are going to keep some soaked, that is water soaked seeds, either bean seed or pea seed. And in flask B, we are going to keep some boiled, that is dead seeds, in the flask B. So as usual, since it's a dead seed, to prevent the decay, we are going to put some antiseptics in the dead seeds and we are going to keep it in the flask B. So the flasks are securely corked and left in similar conditions of light and temperature. So after few days, the seeds in flask A will be found to have a clearly germinated, and those in flask B showing no signs of germination, because already we know it is a dead seed, so it's not going to germinate. The water soaked seeds which is present in the flask A is going to germinate. So the gases in each flask are then tested by removing the cork. Okay. So for this, what we are going to take means we are going to take some lime water in the test tube, and the gases which is produced in the flask are tested with the help of this lime water. So the expected gas carbon dioxide being heavier than air. So carbon dioxide is heavier than air. Flow down into the test tube. The gas from flask A would turn the lime water milky, showing the presence of carbon dioxide, while the gas in the flask B will show no effect because the seeds does not germinate there, so that the carbon dioxide is not produced in flask B. In flask A, the seeds are germinated, so the germinating seeds is going to produce that carbon dioxide. When that gas is poured in the lime water turns milky, and it shows, that is, it proves that the carbon dioxide is produced during respiration in germinating seeds. So the same experiment is carried out. The alternative method is given in your book, page number 58. That also you just go through, children. To prove that carbon dioxide is produced by green plants during respiration. So previously we have seen the germinating seeds going to produce the carbon dioxide. Here we are going to see that green plants during respiration, they are going to produce the carbon dioxide or not. So here the picture have given here like that. The apparatus should be set up. So here they used a plant called geranium plant. The bell jar should be placed on a glass sheet, and its rim as well as all other connections should be Vaseline. That is, it should be air tightened. So the outside air is drawn into the apparatus with the help of air pump. So this air passes through the soda lime, which absorbs any carbon dioxide present in the incoming air. Okay. And as the air leaves the bell jar, okay, so the incoming air is drawn into the apparatus through the air pump, in which the carbon dioxide is absorbed by the lime water, and the carbon dioxide free air is entering into the bell jar. So as the air leaves the bell jar and passes through another sample of lime water, flask B, the carbon dioxide present in it would turn the lime water milky. Okay, so this proves that the green plants during respiration are going to synthesize some carbon dioxide. So it's very, very important, children. This experiment should be carried out in the dark condition, because the green plant has the capability of undergoing photosynthesis process in the presence of light. So this experiment should be carried out during in a dark condition, or else the bell jar should be covered with a cloth. Okay, so this what the experiment to prove that carbon dioxide is produced by green plants during respiration. The experiment to show that heat is evolved during respiration. So here we are going to take two thermos flasks, likewise A and B, and some of the seeds, some number of seeds are taken, and they are soaked in water for more than 24 hours. And then the seeds are divided into two equal groups, and one group of seeds should be killed by boiling, and then it should be washed with some antiseptic like dilute formalin or carbolic acid to prevent the bacterial decay. And the live germinating seed should be taken in one flask, and the dead seed should be taken in another flask. So here in flask A we will take the live germinating seed, in flask B we are going to take a dead seed. So insert a thermometer in each flask and plug their mouths with cotton wool. So after a few hours, the thermometer in flask A will show higher reading, thus indicating the germinating seeds are going to produce heat. The thermometer in flask B will not show any rise in temperature because the seeds are in dead condition. Okay, so this proves that heat is evolved during the respiration. Going to see is to demonstrate anaerobic respiration. So here we are going to take some seeds which is soaked and peeled off, and then they are pushed them into the mouth of a test tube filled with mercury and inverted in a beaker of mercury. So this is what the setup for this experiment. So the seeds will float to the top and will be completely surrounded by the mercury. So once you are going to invert the test tube in the mercury containing beaker, what happens is seeds will float to the top and will be completely surrounded by the mercury. And after 2 days, the level of mercury in the test tube will fall and the liberated gas will be found to be carbon dioxide. So this setup, this apparatus should be kept without any disturbance for more than 2 days. After 2 days, when you are going to see that, what happens, the level of mercury in the test tube will fall down. Why? Because the liberation of carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide can be tested by introducing a stick of potassium hydroxide into the test tube, which will float up through mercury, and on coming into contact with the gas will absorb the carbon dioxide and the level of mercury will again rise. So this is what the experiment to prove that the anaerobic respiration. Okay, so these are the 5 different experiments that is carried out on respiration in plants. So the next is respiration contrasted with photosynthesis. So this respiration is distantly opposite process for the photosynthesis. If you see, photosynthesis, it's going to take place with the presence of chlorophyll, and it takes place only in the light. It uses a carbon dioxide and water. Oxygen is released as an end product, and light energy is converted into chemical energy, and it is a weight gain process, and also it is going to manufacture the food. But the respiration is totally opposite to this photosynthesis. So what are the points? So respiration is going to occur in all living cells. It occurs at all times, and it's going to use oxygen and glucose. Carbon dioxide is released as an end product. Chemical energy is partly converted into heat energy and some energy for their body activities, and it is a weight loss energy, and which is going to break down the food molecule. Okay, so this is what the opposite reaction, that is the contrast of photosynthesis and respiration. Next is respiration in plants compared with of respiration in animals. So in plants, there is no gaseous transport going to take place, and in plants during the anaerobic respiration, the end product yielded is ethanol, and in animals lactic acid is liberated. And when compared to that of the animals, respiration in animals, the heat produced in plant is very less amount. So these all about the comparison of photosynthesis and respiration, which is going to take place with animals and in the plants. Here I have given you a simple picture which shows you the difference of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So with this, the lesson is getting over. Children, please go through the lesson. The experiments are very clearly explained in your book. Please go through that also, and after that just try to finish the progress check and review questions which is given in your book. Very soon I'll meet you with the next video. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you very much.